Alrighty, should be live. Cool. Late night, but figured I might as well just stream this because I'm gonna be doing a little bit of research anyways. I need to do an OpenAI evaluation so I can get access to GPT-4. That is the plan. So, yes, that that is what I am doing right now, and that's what I'm gonna be doing the stream. Oh, this is the retrieval plugin. Eval. I already have an eval in mind. Is this Git LFS? I don't have Git LFS. Or do I? Oh yeah, I have Git LFS. Do not need this. Oh. Oh, music gone. Okay, start here. Existing eval template. No code. Okay, we'll take it. Which eval template use with always recommending you can expect the completions from your model, as this will help you determine how and whether to tweak your prompt or reference answers. Several end-to-end Jupyter notebooks. What is this? I'm gonna need to see an example on Jupyter. eyes. Yep, just doing a stream right now, as the title says. How are you doing? What's the issue? What's the issue on the GitHub? Is it the one that you posted? You gotta give me more information on what you posted, the issue. You can't just give me screenshots. I'm not gonna be able to help you out on stream here too much. If you could just post if you could post more details on the GitHub issue, that'll help me better. The transcriber doesn't have any developer documentation right now, so if you want to do any development, you gotta wait on it a little bit. If you don't know too much Python, I really wouldn't go into the code right now. It's pretty messy. In your case, you'll need to do some pip installs, so you have to pip install all of the imports in the Python file. I already told you I was gonna do it this weekend, so chill. GitHub's gonna be your best bet, but just make sure that you read the things I'm telling you. especially the YouTube transcriber right now. Like I said, it's not documented too well right now, so I wouldn't start developing in it if you don't have a firm understanding of the Python code. Hey man, I definitely understand. You know, you got to make the issues, but try to keep them all in one location and don't make so many issues. You've done like 7 issues, or you've talked too many issues. So if you keep doing that, I'm not gonna respond because there's too many. I just took a quick look and it's just screenshots. That one is the YouTube DLP module error. You have to pip install it. Come on, dude. You gotta help yourself as well, too. For some of my projects, I'll be making a little bit more of some videos for developer, centered upon it. If you want to do a little bit of development on it, so you know, just wait for those YouTube videos. But don't spam my comment sections or my issues. Or my GitHub issues. Safety, nice. JSON file. Use the OpenAI available. That's alright. No time's an awkward time. I'm literally just reading documentation, so it's nothing too interesting. Yeah, I guess that's a little suspicious, huh? I was surprised you can actually hear the water. Yeah, I was just getting just pouring myself a cup. A little sus though, I agree. Okay, I have that. I have that already. Yeah, I think subscribers all comes from consistency. Haven't been the most consistent, and haven't created this type of content, so that's probably why. My goal is to just release and show off the software that I'm working on, so subscribers will come, I'm sure. Appreciate it though. Once upon a time. The first US president was OpenAI was founded in 20. Ay. I mean, that's funny. It's probably that's okay. I have been miscalling one of my subscribers for the longest time. I used to call him Lin, but his name is actually Lion. I don't have my glasses, so the screen that you're on, it looks like my eyes logically think there's an L after the I, so that's why I say factilis. Fact is, already. I like that. It's smoother. It's smoother. Yeah, subscribers, they come. You just got to be consistent with the content, so. Yeah, no, feel free. Feel free to correct me anytime. Fact is the one who showed me chat waifu, and that's kind of funny. Factilis. Fact is. So that makes two. First Lion, and then now you. I'm glad that I know it correctly though now. Appreciate that. I'm like, there's so many things I want to do though. So I mean, chat waifu, that's kind of fun. That's opened my eyes to a couple of new things, so that'll be fun. Evals registry, evals. Hey, well, that's some good history behind the word. I feel like everything derives itself from Latin. Cool, that's good to know. They never taught me that in English. Fact is GPT is gonna do everything. We're not there yet, so while we're still doing stuff, I guess we can learn more. Or while GPT's taking over all the productive stuff, now we can focus on things that are interesting, like anime voices. For let me see. What did you download? Did you download UVR? UVR version? To be honest, if you did UVR, I just set everything. I just left everything as is. It's literally all default settings. I'll show it real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the exact same. There is the UVR right there. Yeah, those are the settings right there. And gone. Input role system task, read the previous passage, then identify. Oi, oi, oi. Alright, exit out of that. The reason Japanese won is because my channel has been Japanese for the past 2.5 years, but Japanese content is kind of stagnated, so there's only so much that I can show about my Japanese journey and talk about it. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing, so I swapped it over or moved it over to just the journey. But now that I have access to tools like GPT and stuff like that, I have an interest in making tools for learning Japanese. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they go hand in hand. They're both languages. Python's a language, Japanese is a language. Vivi can definitely teach Japanese. That's actually what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be probably do it in a different area, but it'll be a language learning assistant basically. So that'll be cool. That will be cool. Match blah 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 for data that is suitable. That even these two graded with a subset. Hey, we'll take it. Might as well broadcast and stream it so that we can record the journey of unemployment. Hey, but Sam Altman and leading heads of AI, they all promote basic universal income or something like that. So that'll be something interesting to see how that plays out. Because if no one has to work because of, all of our jobs are taken by the AIs, then, we're going to need money somehow. Hey, and, one thing humans always need is entertainment, so build tools for entertainment. Hey, that's crazy. Stability AI is, I only know them for Stable Diffusion, but, I know they're big in the space. I mean, you got all these billion-dollar companies joining in on the AI hype. It's something important. They wouldn't spend billions of dollars on something that is not, that they don't see a big return of investment on. So when people ignore the hype, it's kind of a big L, in my opinion. $5 billion. That's a lot of money right there. What in the heck? $5 billion. Hey, but that's chump change compared to what Microsoft spent. Microsoft spent $10 billion. So Anthropic and Google better step it up to 15. AGI will be interesting. Artificial General Intelligence. Will it come in 2 years? I don't know. I don't know. No one knows. All I know is GPT-4 is smart as heck. But it is dumb enough to fail one of the evals that I'm going to be doing, which is for quote-unquote safety. Okay. If you get... Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I'm interested in embodiment. I like hardware. I don't particularly like software. Except when, you can make voice assistants and chatbots with software. Then I like software, but I'm generally a hardware guy. Arduino and whatnot. I mean, like some of those Boston Dynamics robots are pretty crazy. And then I've even seen some other ones that can basically, you know, operate in a manufacturing line like humans, which is pretty crazy. Oh no, I've never heard of that actually. 1x. 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 I have not at all. 1x. Interesting. I have to go take a look. Yeah, no, there's so much money like being invested in this area. The growth is gonna be ridiculous. I would definitely like to be a part of that growth, so that's why I got to step up my knowledge game. Oh yeah, I've been looking into OpenCV to incorporate it into like open into the GPT models, because technically you can feed things into the GPT models and it can make decisions based off of that. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, face recognition as well. Oof, that's it can follow you. Preferably, it'd be kind of cool to have like a drone that follows you around. A little spy drone. 2023, it's gonna be a crazy year. Never know what's gonna happen. To make it into a natural voice assistant, you got to use 11 Labs, and then from 11 Labs you have to grab the API key when you set up the account. That is the only way that you can get a natural voice into there right now. And Turkish. Gotcha. Yeah, no, definitely, the drone technology would need to increase a little bit. It'd also be noisy as heck. Very, very noisy to have a drone following you around. Cool in concept. 11 Labs alternatives. You can try some offline alternatives are things like Tortoise. I believe there's another one called let me pull it up real quick. Open. Oh, here we go. CoQTTS is CoQITTS. CoQITTS. I mean, that's another one, text to speech. Sorry, Kashites. I know. This is OpenAI's evals, so I gotta do this. OpenAI's evals is I'm gonna submit an evaluation so I can get access to GPT-4. But yeah, Widget Wolf actually, 11 Labs is actually the cheapest. Which is very interesting. They are expensive. Well, I guess you could say they're, 20 bucks for 2 hours. It's not too bad. Hey, you better bet military is looking into all this technology. They always are. Yeah, Google seems like they were always first to the game, and then they kind of slacked a little bit.
I don't understand.
Oops, Google's talking to me. They kind of slacked a little bit, and then OpenAI came out. All these other crazy things came out. Hey, it's an exciting time. Literally all this stuff that has been, hyped up over the year. I feel like everything's been accumulating to it. I wish I had heard of GPT-3 when I was in college, because I didn't even know that it existed until ChatGPT came out. Low-key Google. Hey, technology always catches up. Ah, shoot. Man, a lot of this is just going over my head right now. Let me see. Let's see. Learn how to run existing evals. Yeah, like and that's more than what I what I had even heard about. I had literally never heard of GPT at all. No mention of it in college. No professor said anything about it. and definitely in my off time, I was not looking at AI. It wasn't even, the hype wasn't even there last year. The exponential growth and interest of it has been ridiculous this year. Turbo test match. Valid model names are those which you have access to. Valid names are specified in the YAML folder. Registry evals, registry evals. And their corresponding implementation can be found in Eval's L suite. Man, and Dr. Alan Thompson, I had literally only heard of him like recently. Like I had seen, I had seen like, smart chatbots, quote unquote, a year ago, doing some, answering some questions, but I didn't think anything of it. I was like, that's kind of cool. It's still, just using, still just, I don't know, doing machine things, taking what it knows and implementing it as an algorithm. But the architecture behind like the LLMs, the predicting, the weighting, all of that is something that I had never thought about. To where you just handed a sentence and its ability to predict what happens next based on different weights and vectors and stuff like that. That's crazy. Can't run evals. The valid eval names are specified in the YAML files under evals registry evals. Evals registry. Wait. Evals registry evals. And their corresponding implementations can be found in Eval's L suite. Bet. Where the heck is it? So we go here, ABC. Oh, L suite basic match. L suite basic match. I see. Yeah, no kidding. Chatbots were like, a dead technology. Like when I thought of chatbots, I thought of boring, predictable outputs, not the fantastic stories and outputs that ChatGPT gives. with an IQ of 100. And apparently GPT-4 has like an IQ of like 130, and that's a smart person. samples JSON corresponding implementation can be found in lsuite. These command line interfaces can accept various flags to modify the default behavior. For example, if you wish to log to a Snowflake, add no local run. By default, logging locally or to Snowflake will write to temp eval logs. So you can running an eval set. OI eval set. The model name and eval set name for which the set run 10 threads each thread time. Yeah, chatbots were those customer service agents that I just kept answering with fake info so that I could start talking to a customer service representative. Nowadays, you know, I don't even know if the people that I'm talking to on Amazon or at for customer service are just ChatGPT behind the chatbots or, you know, real people. That's crazy. And heck, who knows when I'm talking on the phone? Maybe it's just a chatbot that's on the phone with an AI voice or something. That's the hack right there. Just keep entering things in. I wonder how a GPT implementation of it will be. Waiting, please hold. Hey, but it's gonna be so natural that you don't even know unless there's a disclaimer. Like, that's gonna be the crazy thing about it. I think I heard of somebody said this, I don't know where, but if you show somebody two images or two photos, one is drawn by an artist and one is generated by an AI, most people are inclined to choose the one that was made by a human. But, you know, if you don't tell them that, then it's all over the place. So inherently we want to choose things that are human made, but if we don't know, then whatever gives us the best service, I think, is going to outweigh it. How to run evals. Okay, nice. Which of two quantities is heavier when the heavier quantity is made up of lighter objects? Now that would be off-putting, absolutely. 100%. What's interesting though is, they have that filter in there, but there are still certain ways that you can break it for both GPT 3.5 and 3 and 4. The evaluation that I'm gonna be trying to work on for submitting to OpenAI is one of those like specific safety ones. So like having GPT show you how to make dangerous objects and drugs and whatnot. Like there are still loopholes that allow you to ask it those questions, which is pretty crazy. Hey, I think you'll be fine. PC and networking, you should be chilling. We're always gonna need people that know how these PCs work, how the computers communicate between each other, their hardware, their architecture. We'll need those people to be the ones who know how to shut them off when they go rogue. There's like an animal scratching on my wall or something. Oh well, I'll let it be. At that point in time, man, we're gonna be in a whole different sphere. GPT-10, yeah, when it starts building and when it starts self-replicating and self-improving, yeah, it's over. The self-improving part is actually pretty interesting. I was playing around a little bit with the self-improving code, and I think it's kind of there already. I've seen other studies about it, and yeah, it can improve upon its own code and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. AutoGPT was an interesting repo that I took a look at. What is it? Auto GPT is trending, I think. It's, but Auto GPT, it only works if you got GPT-4, and guess who doesn't have GPT-4? Me. So I didn't want to try trying to run it on 3.5 because 3.5 is okay. And then I saw this one. I thought it was Baby Yagi, but it's Baby AGI. So that was funny. Baby Yagi. Oh, what is this? Segment anything? Oh, this is interesting. I'll have to take a look at this the next day. I'll take a look at this later. I know, for reals. Which is, GPT-4. They released it, and yeah, I was like, I had to have been like one of the first that signed up for it. But there were probably other, thousands of people signing up for GPT-4 at the same time, so they got access. And plugins, man, I'm waiting to get access to plugins. That sounds pretty dang cool. Which is why I'm like, yeah, to get an in for GPT-4, I'm like, okay, I gotta do an evaluation. I gotta do an eval. It's a safety eval. I don't know how. I'll have to get like a bunch of different prompts, but basically, like the safety eval, if you create a situation to where the user, quote unquote, is in danger, you can get the model to do a lot of things for you. And this was something that I found out like long time ago, like in December. I'll make a YouTube video about it if it goes through and if it gets approved and whatnot. Yeah, in that case, it's just gonna look down at us menacingly. And there's a lot of stuff that has to go into consideration. There are a ton of things that have to go into consideration for AI embodiment and AI implementation. Because I mean, if it's emulating, even a snippet of the worst side of humans, that's not a thing you want to emulate. Evals, code QA, we have implemented small subsets. Yeah, it falls and then, or it tries to go to help you and it trips on itself and falls in you with all 300 pounds. Not fun. Not good. And I think that's the other thing, is these robots are gonna be, they're gonna be heavy. They're gonna be like Terminators. Heavy chunks of, well, of metal. Unless we can make them out of different plastics. And have them be robust enough. I mean, we could probably use some materials like that, maybe. Yeah, I'm not a material scientist. I can't come up with materials off the top of my head. Maybe some ABS, nylon. Eval, data, number, multiplication, samples. Interesting. For sure. I think they'll be implemented. You'll probably see them in like manufacturing lines first, where the areas are more industrial, and then only then can I see them starting to get incorporated into the real world. But man, can you imagine you get pulled over by like a cop, and then instead of a cop walking out, it's a freaking Terminator robot? What are you gonna do? I mean, they can definitely make it out of, I'm gonna assume, they could probably use non-vital joints or support all of that with, they could probably use like metal rods, right? And then other than that, they could probably use durable plastics for the other parts of it. Different polys. Might have to add some padding on it or something in case it falls. At least if a human, at least if someone falls on you, people are soft generally. Evals, registry and data. Alright, this is what they want us to do. Okay, so that's the original experience. I am familiar with the name. I never played it, and I believe they just came out with an anime, so never watched the anime. Do I have plans to? Yes, definitely. Oh, this is a good high quality eval. Nice. Okay. Okay. I think I have an idea for how to do these evals and what to do, so I will be wrapping it up for the night here. I got a bunch of videos I gotta record tomorrow and release and edit, so probably gotta get some sleep. Alright, fact is, thank you for keeping me company tonight. I will talk to you later or see you some other stream, and this is gonna be it for tonight. Alrighty. Thank you.